Every time you log into your computer or send an email at work, you create a tiny digital receipt. Now, imagine a company where thousands of people are doing this at once. Within a single hour, that network generates millions of these receipts, cascading downward in a chaotic, unreadable rush. This is Alex. She works in security. Her job is to find one hacker hiding inside that mountain of data. For a human, manually reading a million receipts to find one bad actor is physically impossible. To solve this, Alex relies on Splunk Enterprise Security, an automated assembly line for data. Instead of forcing Alex to dig through the mountain herself, the system passes all those receipts through 5 distinct stations, filtering out the noise until only the one important story remains. Without this framework, finding a threat is like looking for one sand grain in a desert. But by following a single attack down this line, we can see how the system makes the invisible suddenly obvious. The journey begins with a raw piece of data entering the line, just a string of numbers that represents someone connecting to the network. This reaches the first station, the Asset and Identity Framework. The system instantly cross-references the network's own internal records to see who these numbers belong to. It discovers the connection is coming from the CEO's laptop, a high-priority device. Now, that raw number has a name and a face. The system passes this context down the line, so every following step knows exactly what is at stake. At Station 2, the Threat Intelligence Framework checks where that laptop is actually going. We know whose computer it is, but we don't know if the website it just connected to is safe. The framework compares the connection against a frequently updated list of known bad actors, the digital version of a most wanted poster. It scans thousands of malicious sites and hacker addresses in a fraction of a second. The system spots a match. The CEO's laptop is talking to a server used by a cybercrime group. This interaction is instantly flagged and sent to the next stage. What started as a meaningless number is now a clear warning. The system has used the company's own data and global security knowledge to highlight a suspicious event that would have otherwise been buried. Station 3 is the Notable Event Framework. A single flag might just be a mistake. Maybe the CEO accidentally clicked a strange link. To find a real attack, the system looks for a specific sequence of behavior. The system uses matching logic to see if multiple suspicious things are happening in a row. For example, it sees the connection to the bad server, followed immediately by a hidden file download. When these events happen together, the system links them into one urgent alert. This creates a notable event, a high-priority notification that a malware download is likely in progress. But the system still hasn't finished its work. Now we reach Station 4, Risk Analysis. Some hackers are very patient. They perform small, quiet actions over several weeks to avoid setting off a major alarm, hoping to stay hidden in the daily traffic. Instead of ignoring these minor events, the system assigns a numerical score to the device. Every time the laptop does something slightly odd, its total score goes up. Because the laptop already had a few odd login attempts earlier in the week, this new download pushes the total score over the limit. This triggers a single consolidated finding that demands Alex's attention. By tracking behavior over long periods, the system reveals the quietest intruders. It uncovers the slow, hidden threats that traditional searches miss by looking at the total weight of the evidence. Finally, we reach Station 5, the Adaptive Response Framework. Alex now has the full story on her screen, but the hacker is still active. She needs to stop them before any damage is done. From this dashboard, Alex can see every step the hacker took. More importantly, she has access to built-in tools that can talk to the rest of the network. With a click, she tells the company's firewalls to block the hacker's address and temporarily disconnects the CEO's laptop. The threat is contained in seconds. This framework provides the actual muscle for the system. It turns the information Alex gathered into a physical defense that neutralizes the attack. When we look at the whole picture, the process is clear. We started with millions of chaotic, unreadable receipts and passed them through 5 layers of logic. At the end, exactly one clear story emerged. This isn't magic, it's architecture. Each station relies on the one before it, building the context and the evidence needed to make a final decision. Because of this sequence, Alex didn't have to spend her day exhausted by thousands of meaningless alarms. She saw the one threat that mattered, understood exactly what it was, and stopped it before it could start.